everybody.
Okay.
We'd like to call the GCC Board of Trustees meeting to order. Today is October 7th, 12:04 p.m. Can I get a roll call, please?
Yes, Frank Arviola, Carlo Leon Guerrero,
Here.
Richard Sablon,
Here.
Rose Greenwood,
Here.
Leroy Hara,
Here.
Kenley McGreedy.
Here.
We have a form.
Thank you.
Dr. Mary Pala. Here. Kenneth Bautista,
Here.
Simone Bollinger,
Here.
Attorney Rebecca Wrightson,
Here.
and Stuart Dick.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Let's recite the mission statement, please.
One community college, engineering career, technical workforce development, providing advice, quality, student-centered education, and job training for qualification.
Can we review the minutes from last month's board meeting, please?
Move to
Can
approve subject to corrections.
Second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Okay. Meeting minutes accepted. Can we open the floor for communications, please?
No communication submitted at this point.
Okay, thank you. Public discussion?
No request for public discussion.
Right. Okay, President's report.
Okay. Starting off with financial status of the college for fiscal year 2022, the college has received 100% of its appropriations, so all funds appropriated to GCC have been received. For fiscal year 23, so we're a few days into fiscal year 2023, and we have already received $307,775 from the general fund, $5,548 for post, and $15,384 for the first generation trust fund. So good financial status, having closed out the fiscal year, receiving all of our appropriations. Moving on to the capital improvement projects.
Congratulations, you got all that money.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's on YouTube for Galguan.
But it has been fairly consistent right, for the past several years that we've received our appropriations.
Which is good.
Well, we know why.
Yeah, it's really good.
So starting off with our CIP capital improvement projects, there is one pending 2021 project that has to do with air conditioning replacement. So we still have one 10-ton unit that is pending. So that is ongoing and should be given to us or installed soon. The generator project for building 2000 is currently at 36% complete. We are pending the second compaction test so that they can continue with the concrete footing. The completion of the underground water leak detection has been done, so we've been identifying and making repairs to water leaks on campus, so that should significantly help with our water bill. So it was a good project for us to do, identifying those areas that have been leaking probably for several years. The barrel vault for building A through building 5000 has been put on hold primarily because the estimated cost exceeded the amount that we anticipated. So that project probably will restart once we identify additional funds. We're currently exploring a FEMA grant for the refurbishment of Building 900. And the 30,000 water tank refurbishment project is now complete, and final invoice has already been processed, and so that project is closed. The college received all the remaining 25 benches that were procured using CARES funding to support social distancing for students, and they're beautifully laid out here on campus near the student center and in the PD walkways. So all of those have been complete and installed. Still working through the completion of the culinary and baking center design. Once that is done, then we will proceed with the bid. And I will get to the other construction projects later on in the meeting. Just a couple other things that the college is working on. There has been some inquiry from GMH and Public Health on medical interpreting, so that's a project that we're starting or working with. And then we've met with representatives from an organization called Worksite Labs. So they want to set up additional laboratories here on campus. I mean, not on campus, I'm sorry, on Guam. So we're helping them with their initial staffing requirements for the new laboratories. They were hoping to launch by November, so it's a pretty aggressive timeline, but we're hoping that if we institute a boot camp for the initial hires, that they'll get at least their first set of employees, and then later followed by more robust training for the individuals that they need to employ.
Do we have right now an ongoing phlebotomy cohort?
No. But that is what Dee is working on with them, because that's the whole premise of their the labs that they're setting up really is to do the phlebotomy. So they're working on that now so that we can find out what the initial training is needed for them to get entry level as employees, and then eventually put them through the apprenticeship program as lined up.
If we have a lot of waiting lists in our CNA program, we can actually make it as another pathway for them to go to a phlebotomy class.
So using the CNA cohort, if there's a waiting list, to use them as a cohort into phlebotomy?
Yeah.
Okay. Noted. Thank you. Thank you very much. Additionally, part of the authorization from fiscal year 22 incorporated language that had to do with paying any prior year expenditures. And so there was only one prior year expenditure that had been hovering for many years. And that had to do with the merit bonuses for the staff. So we have paid out, and the final payout for all merit bonuses for GCC employees through fiscal year 2022 will be this coming payday. So we paid all the prior years and the current year, previous fiscal year 22 year. So we are caught up and no prior year obligation for that. And so that closes out that project. And this basically is the 3.5% bonus that is awarded to support staff that have outstanding work performance. And so that now is a completed action for us. We recently received another award from the Department of Interior for a photovoltaic system for Building 2000. This is the administration building, and comes at a really good time because of the increased utility cost. And so that's greatly appreciated now. Fiscal year 2023 budget is now passed in public law, so it's public law 36107. There was a slight increase in GCC funding, but primarily through the MDF appropriation. And that's all I have for my review. Subject to any questions.
That's good. Pass the budget.
Thank you, Dr. Okada. Student trustee report?
So on Wednesday, September 14, at 11, we at the MPA, I attended a cybersecurity bootcamp completion ceremony. There were 8 students that completed that. And then on Friday, September 23, we had our, at the training room, at the student center, we had our scheduled general membership meeting. And then on the same day at 2 p.m., at the MPA, we had our health certificate training workshop for the student organizations who need health certificates for fundraisers. And 50 participated, and all of that passed. And then at the GCC Foundation awarded 10 individuals $1,000 scholarships for eligible students with the GCC Power Excellence Golf Tournament. I attended that because I was also one of the recipients.
Oh,
And
nice.
then,
Nice.
yes, and then September 30, September 30, 8:30 to 3:30 at the Western Resort, we had our first face-to-face in a while for our Need to Lead conference. And we had six workshops, which were personal discovery and career exploration, time flies, but you're the pilot, tips to prevent, manage, and resolve conflict. Communication is the key to effective leadership and teamwork. Managing stress, self-care strategies, Togi's and Samyan, stand and deliver powerful presentation. And then after lunch, we had our various student leadership activities that was led by myself and CAFSA officers and with the help of our advisors. And then on Tuesday, October 4, we had and October 5, at the MPA at 4 p.m., we had our Meet the President event. And then today, October 7th, at 1 p.m., we have our scheduled general membership meeting.
Thank you. Faculty advisor report?
Hi, everybody. I also attended the cybersecurity boot camp graduation, and it's really neat to see the college moving in that direction. I know that's been at the forefront of a lot of
Yes.
news and things that
Yes.
are, and our time, right?
Yeah.
So that was great. We also had the active shooter training
Okay, good.
that faculty attended and got caught up. We had one in the past, and so this was a new, a refresher, but had some new information. So I think I mentioned that last time and we spoke about that. So some updates from specific faculty and courses that are participating in things outside of their classes to support class SLOs are the supervision and management court classes. They're doing a gift drive this year, which is sort of similar to the Angel Tree, where it's sort of faculty helping to organize students supporting students. So students who have needs, some of the things they were listing were like for shoes and things like that, but doing it in a gift form. So that's coming up. The supervision and management team is also doing, classes are also doing donations of toys to children who are foster kids now. And it's just, students getting involved in these sort of community-based needs. There's also the e-commerce students working with community-based organizations to create, update, or redesign their organizational websites. So also students getting into the actual workforce and seeing the needs and helping. There was the Need to Lead conference, as Kelly said, that gave faculty the opportunity to share with students in a workshop format and also outside of their classes. That was a success. There was also recently the Fanita Manhoven Youth Conference that was led by the Commission on Decolonization. Faculty member Joni Kerr helped to organize the participation of 2 GCC students in that. That was a 3-day workshop. And so that was just last week, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And then there were also some other faculty efforts to lead students in the coastal cleanup, which included eco warriors were involved, and that was also a success. So I believe some of these groups, GCC groups, were up at the TEPTEM doing the cleanup there. So, and the negotiations team is also preparing for the negotiations of our agreement starting next week, and looking forward to working on that contract to address areas that we think could work to better student-centered teaching and success, and we look forward to that negotiation beginning next week.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Busy semester. Start off. Support staff, please.
Yeah, so support staff are just continuing to work with the semester, the fall semester, and we also had the training, the active shooter refresher training. We also had the Labor Day picnic, which is pretty successful since we haven't seen each other in like 2 years. And So I attended the convocation and also the groundbreaking for the student center canopy.
Thank you. Board of Trustees, anybody to report any community outreach?
The golf tournament.
So the golf tournament, both Trustee Sablan and myself both participated in the golf tournament. Great time. Food was prepared by the culinary team, which was great. I also had participated with the Chamber of Commerce annual event, the GHRA Gala event, and then I also was a speaker at the convocation. Anything else?
Yeah, no, I'm about to say about the
Financial Famalan.
Financial Pamalan. It's
So,
Okada. He's
Trustee
really
Cahill and
good.
myself were there
Did a
to
good,
support Dr. Okada.
Yeah. That was a really great conference, by the way. I like that.
Yeah, cybersecurity completion.
Oh, nice.
All right.
Great. So moving on to unfinished business.
So in terms of construction projects, we have forensic lab is now at 99.4% completion. In meeting with the Secretary for the Department of Interior, she does plan a visit out here in early December, so we're going to try to coincide her visit with actually the ribbon cutting. So we're working towards that goal. She's going to be in the area, so she asked when we were going to have it. I said whenever she gets here, which is, so we want to make it an alignment because that project actually goes back, I think, to 2016 when they funded the architectural and engineering for that building. So having this come full circle for them, I think, is a great testament to the support that they continue to give us with all the additional funding that we've received to support our campus. Building 300 is at 98.85%. There's just a few things left. My understanding is that both of these buildings, that they've done the testing for the fire alarm system, I believe, this past week. And so we're hoping to see that thing through. Just a few things left. For the Wellness Center, we're just waiting for the response from USDA. The application has gone in. We're just waiting for their response. Building B is now at 10.3% complete. They're setting up the staging areas, installing the framing to start the demolition for the building. So you can see all the barricades going up for Building B. In addition to and we should add to here, the Student Center canopy. So that is also another project that is ongoing. In terms of the Workforce Development Center, we continue to work with U.S. Department of Commerce under Economic Development Authority. They are finalizing the specifications and the breakdown of the cost estimates so that we can put the bid out for that renovation. So that's also ongoing. We meet with EDA. Dr. Julie leads the group with EDA every 2 weeks with Mr. Kim King, who is the engineer. So that's all we have in terms of construction projects ongoing. Several completing and 3, 4 on track, I guess, for now.
Thank you, Dr. Okada. Moving on, new business.
So as part of Public Law 1477, which is the enabling legislation for the Guam Community College, there is a section regarding advisory committees for the institution. So instead of presenting the list of advisory committee representatives for only the new members, what we are presenting here through Dean Pilar and approved by Dr. Gina is a comprehensive list of all individuals who serve on the various advisory committees to support career and technical education. So attached to the list, we do have the Automotive Advisory Committee members, Cosmetology Advisory Committee members, Construction Technology Advisory members, Criminal Justice, Human Services, Culinary Arts, Education, Hospitality and Tourism, and Nursing and Allied Health. And so basically this is presented to the board that is part of the board's roles as trustee is really to approve the recommendations that the college has for each of these advisory committees. And I must apologize for getting this list to you late. And so the two committees that we've added are education and culinary arts. The remaining advisory committee members have been presented and approved last year. So these are just the two lists, but we wanted to provide a comprehensive list to you. And basically, all of these individuals help to shape and provide input into all curriculum updates so that what we are providing in the classroom actually meets the requirements in the workforce, so that individuals that is mapped out correctly so that individuals can be gainfully employed. And so they offer a lot of insight to our curriculum, and faculty are the authors of the curriculum updates based on the input that has been provided.
Actually, I serve as the advisory for the nursing.
Yes, I saw that.
Did we update this, that this list on the advisory committee is still an island, or there's still an active members?
So sometimes they don't have a quorum for some of these individuals, and so you will see that some of the lists for the departments are that there are many, just so that they can get input. I will have to verify, are all of these active? Yes, they are all active.
Good,
Yes.
great. This is a good list.
And so we request for the board to approve the updated advisory committee as presented. And these committee members serve a period of 2 years.
Can I get a motion to approve, please? Can I get a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion accepted. Can I get a motion to go into executive session, please?
So moved.
Second.
Can I get a motion to move into open session, please?
I just have to move to approve the president report. I can do that.
All in favor? Motion? First, second? Okay. President's report accepted. Anything else?
Just adjourn.
Okay. Can I get a motion to adjourn?
Move to adjourn.
Second.
All right.
All in favor?
Hey,
Ayes have it.
Nice.
Meeting adjourned.
Nice. Cool.
right. Nice meeting.